Time to check some Shawarma anomalies, Roblox, TikToks.
Did you know that when a gooning guy comes to your shawarma shop and doesn't answer your questions, you can close the shutter? But be careful. If you don't close the door behind you in time, he'll come back and cause even more chaos. And to make it worse, the inspector's size will grow even more. Did you know that if you decide to feed the blind girl in the shawarma kiosk, she will sing for you?
What? What?
Wait, what is that sound? Nah, no way!
No.
Something with 3 mouths is coming from the ceiling.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, this ghost is definitely a Rizzler. Bro can go mwah, mwah, mwah with 3 buttons at the same time. But if you've got a friend who'd still be brave enough to mwah, mwah this thing, tag them or share this reel with them. Did you know that if you give the bearded guy a shawarma, he'll make you a proposition, asking if you'll eat his bogger for $1,000?
What?
Normally, you'd reject it. But if you're twisted enough to agree, he tricks you into paying him $1,000 instead. And just like that, you get scammed in the most disgusting way possible.
Horrifying theory behind the inspector in scary shawarma kiosk might be the scariest one I've ever told. Because the inspector isn't the person you think he is. Those muscles, the clean look, the confidence, it's all a distraction. A disguise hiding what he really is. He doesn't show up at 2 a.m. in an empty car for no reason. He isn't meant to be seen arriving. He wants to appear suddenly when you're least prepared, watching quietly for every mistake you make.
Blood's
That's why
probably
when he's
spitting
here, you're forced
facts.
to run and never look back. Because the inspector isn't dangerous on the outside. He's bait. The kiosk becomes a trap. The real truth is that he used to be the owner of the kiosk. Back when he worked the late shifts alone, he ignored the skinwalkers for too long. By the time he realized what they were, it was already too late. He didn't escape them. He became one. Now he returns to the kiosk to watch for replacements. Anyone who lasts too long on a shift risks noticing the truth. And anyone who looks back is marked as the next target. That's why the game doesn't let you stay. It's safer to neutralize you before his real identity is exposed.
Do you know
Did I
there's
know
a dark
about
theory
what this?
behind the 2 twin girls in scary shawarma
let's go
kiosk?
think about
According to
this.
the theory, the twins were normal humans who worked at the shawarma place. One of them watched the cameras, the other served customers. But the city had a problem. A skinwalker was roaming around, possessing people and turning them into anomalies. The inspector you see in the game, he wasn't just an inspector. He was actually their manager. He warned the twins that one mistake would cost them their lives. And then it happened. One of the sisters accidentally served an anomaly, but not just any anomaly. It was the skinwalker itself. Less than a minute later, the inspector arrived. The place was empty. No workers. So he looked through the window. That's when he saw them. The twins weren't human anymore. White eyes, twisted faces, their heads moving in unnatural ways. The inspector panicked and hid inside the kiosk, and that's why when you close the shutters, the twins, they whisper, "He's near you." Did you know there's a dark theory
to
behind
lock-in
the 2 twin
mode.
girls in scary shawarma kiosk?
Gotta
Have you ever
scroll up,
wondered why
gotta
there
be
are 2 versions
Okay,
of the inspector and why this shows up every single night at exactly 2 a.m.? The first version, the tall, handsome inspector that I don't understand why everyone simps for. This version isn't just eye candy. He's the real inspector. Not because he's hot, but because this was him before he got completely over by the skinwalker. Now, why does he show up every night at 2 a.m.? Simple. He's hunting your unemployed ass. If you survive that long, you're no longer just some retarded employee.
Whoa!
And then there's the other version, the one. That's not the inspector anymore. That's the skinwalker. Every time you screw up, this thing grows. Taller, bigger. Ugh, guys, clear intentions, please. So, here's the real question. How did the skinwalker take over the inspector in the first place? The law says the inspector wasn't just some random guy. He was the manager of the kiosk. And like every other anomaly, he became one. But the skinwalker didn't just possess him. It fucked him sideways. Body gone, completely erased. What remained was his soul. And that's what the skinwalker copied. That's why the fake inspector feels so wrong.
Time
Because you're
for the
not looking at a
next
monster
short.
pretending to be human. You're looking at a
3,
monster
2,
wearing what's
1.
left of a dead man's identity.
Oh yeah.
This is how to get every ending on Shawarma kiosk. To get the erased ending, you have to finish your shift and look up at the inspector before leaving. This will cause you to teleport to a conveyor belt in front of the inspector where you are being discarded. To get the silence ending, you have to serve the smiling customer. Take the paper he gives you and open it. This will teleport you to a dark forest where after some time spent walking around, you get captured by a shadowy entity. Send this to your friends so you can do it together. To get the neutralize ending, you have to commit mistake after mistake until the monster inside your kiosk gets completely out of the hole and neutralizes you. To get the unstable ending, you have to finish your shift properly while making some mistakes. You leave the shawarma kiosk, but its whispers haven't stopped. You've just been replaced. The narrator ending has a completely random chance of happening. If you're lucky and the narrator spawns, he'll start giving you commands. But if you follow his orders, it'll only lead to the craziest possible outcome. Now, if you want me to tell you how to get the good ending, you have to like this video. Alright, since you like this video, to get the good ending, the one where the girl goes silent and the city is at peace, you have to serve every human customer and reject every anomaly, making no mistakes. This is how to get every... In this game, you and your friends are in charge of a food truck, serving shawarmas to customers. But there is a massive problem. Some of your customers are actually skinwalkers, and you have to decide who is actually human and who is not. The skinwalkers always have something wrong with them. You just have to pay close attention to be able to spot them. Because if you serve a skinwalker on accident, you'll make the inspector angry. And trust me, you do not want to see the inspector when he's angry. This game is called Scary Shawarma Kiosk on Roblox. Follow me.
This creepy Roblox game, you and your friends open a shawarma kiosk for a night shift. Before you start, you read one rule on the wall. Do not feed the anomaly.
There we go.
You start your shift. Customers are happy until you realize something is growing behind you with every mistake you make. Scared to the bone, you keep working as the customers stop looking humans with moving head. A Santa who kidnapped a kid, and even someone crawling down your fridge. And that's when you realize how creepy this job really is. And the game is called Shawarma Kiosk. In this creepy Roblox...
If you guys want me to actually play the game, then subscribe.
Fresh meat.